Sometimes I think some of these other gun channels, I think they got like some kind of mental illness or something, and I'm gonna explain why I think this. Let me adjust my damn camera. All right, so the reason why I think some of these other gun channels out there have a mental complex or a mental illness is that these magazines, and let me just backtrack a little bit. I can tell when a freaking channel on the internet comes across or comes along on their video and they're talking about a subject matter, i.e., freaking guns, weapons, ammunition, etc., etc. I can tell literally just by the way they talk and the way they make their video, just of how lack of experience they actually say that they do have, and they fucking don't have a freaking bit of the experience that they even talk about. They talk about, oh, I can shoot dimes at fucking 100 yards, and I can do this, and blah blah blah. And then just the way they act and the way they present everything, you could tell they don't have a freaking clue or have ever done any of these things before. So that being said, just let me tell you something. These guys that freaking, you know, load their magazines to 28 rounds or 29 rounds or whatever because freaking the springs or something in the fucking magazine might wear out. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, this isn't your M1 carbine freaking shitty magazine spring. These newer produced modern magazines for your AR-15s, and that's what I'm kind of referring to, and as well as AK type rifles as well. These magazines were meant to be loaded to 30 rounds and not a fucking thing go wrong with them, okay? Now, if your only argument is, the springs might be compressed and it might hurt something, well, do you go to the gas station and like fill your gas tank full of gas only to fill it up to like 3/4 of the way because you're like, oh, well, my gas tank can't handle a full tank of gas because it might put more wear and tear on the gas tank? Or do you like when you buy new tires or whatever and you put them on your car, you only fill them up with air 3/4 of the way because you might put too much wear and tear on your freaking bullshit? Or I have a better one. When you go take a dump or a piss, do you only like shit out 3/4 of your shit or piss out 3/4 of piss and save the rest, like hold the rest in because, it might be too much wear and tear on my urinary track or my freaking, shit track or whatever, okay? So I just don't fucking know. Like, these dudes have a mental illness or a complex. Okay, now if your argument is, well, it makes it easier to insert in the gun. Okay, I give you that. Like, okay, you get a free pass. Okay, but it doesn't take that much more effort to give your magazine just a little tap and it's seated. And I mean, if you're most guns that are AR-15s have what's called a bolt hold open feature. That's that little thing on the left side of your rifle if you're aiming down the sights. It's called a bolt release. So on the last shot, it locks it back, and you literally put it in with ease, and you hit that freaking bolt release, and it just goes right in, no freaking problem. Okay, so these guys you go online and on YouTube and find a plethora of these videos. Oh, reasons why you should download your mags to X amount to save wear and tear and bullshit, whatever. Like, I'm telling you, these dudes have a mental complex. Like, they're mentally ill or mentally deranged or something because last I checked, these these AR-15 type magazines were designed to be able to hold 30 freaking rounds, whether that be it inserted into the gun or left fully freaking loaded at all times. If you buy a magazine and you load 30 rounds into it and it clearly says 30, it's marked for 30 rounds, and something clearly is wrong with your mags, whether they're swelling out at the feed lips or something's going on. What you need to do is do what I do and throw them bitches out the door and don't ever buy that freaking brand magazine again. Okay, I have a whole bag full of MFT mags that are going somewhere other than in my freaking gun safe or wherever I keep my shit, okay? Those things are pieces of shit. But anyways, I digress. That's a whole nother video. So the end of the day, this is a short little clip about what I think about the freaking mentally deranged individuals that will tell you load your mags to 28 or 29 rounds. They're all wrong. Every bit of them are wrong. The only thing that anybody would be correct about is it does make it slightly easier to insert on a closed bolt. Other than that, they're all fucking full of complete and utter dog shit. Don't listen to anybody. Load your damn mags to 30 freaking rounds, and you shouldn't have a problem, okay? This is modern freaking springs in this damn shit. They're not going to wear out like some of the old GI bullshit from World War II, okay? This is like modern air shit, okay? So that's all I got to say about that, and y'all can just whatever. Get lost.